Greetings one and all to this week's episode of Tenno. I am your regular host, Xeno. Loz is also here. We just have we need to turn off his webcam. That's
I twisted my ankle. It
busted his
hurts.
ankle. Yeah. So just to make life easier, there we go.
No webcam today.
Otherwise,
yeah.
No webcam.
Just your pretty face.
Right, so moving on, the first thing we do every week is
Emblems?
Emblems, yeah. Loz declared he was the winner, so there you go.
Of Gwen, is that?
I honestly don't
Knights
know.
Of Gwen? I don't even know for mine, but I'm just like, with great power comes great swag. Just what is that?
So Loz sent me his first, and I was just like, what the fuck?
I think I find that during this footage, so yeah.
And I was just, you know what? Let's double down. So I found that one ages ago. I can't remember how long ago I found that one. Yeah, I'll just use that one.
Mm-hmm.
What else is there?
If you at home would like.
Yes, that was it. Yeah. If you at home wish to win 75 Platinum for your platform, go into the description below where you'll find this week's clan emblems along with the questions from this week. Just fill it in and you'll be entered in for a chance of winning 75 Platinum for your platform of choice. I do warn you, you need to make sure that you spell your IGN correctly, because if it's wrong, it's, D's gonna be like, hey Xeno, it'd be wrong, yo, and I'd be like, no, and they'd be like, uh-huh.
I've only just noticed how the Arcwing crosshair fits between the two emblems.
The Arcwing, yeah,
perfect.
Yeah, I did set it up so that there was equal spacing between the two.
Awesome.
Yeah,
but it's exactly perfect for the Arcwing crosshair. That's cool. Right, emblems go bye.
Yep, and then we've got Dojo Dusting now. I need to take down the time real super quick. 2, 3. Cool. So first thing of clan emblems, we have platinum winners that I'm not possibly typing into the document right this very second because I forgot to do it just before we started. You can't prove it or anything. Yeah. So we have Zrugal on PC, ZBeatZA on PlayStation, Reteb Jafar on Xbox, and Nick Knight on Switch. So if you wish to win 75 Platinum, make sure you enter. Good numbers. Feels weird that I'm the only one on the screen. Anyway, rest of Dojo Dusting. Obviously, still doing Campai Cast. We've just released our 4th episode, and we will have just recorded our 5th episode. It's going surprisingly well. So if you have any interest in, watching / listening to an anime podcast by two British numpties and Nazareth, I don't know why. Please go check it out. There will be a link to the 4th episode in the description below. Right, I think that's it for Dojo Dusting. I don't think there's anything else.
Also, just updating people to let them know there won't be any guests again in September because Xeno's month is normally a bit busier. So it's just not a good month for it, but they'll return in October. Have you lined up anyone yet?
Nope,
but I'm sure he will with some lovely
future true problem.
That's a future true problem. Yeah, so that's it really for Dojo Dusting at the moment. We'll just
cool. War Report.
Yep, I've got Plague Star is now up for all platforms and will be until September 30th. Remember, there is alternating credit and affinity weekends the rest of this month as well. Nidus Prime Access is now live, and you can see in the footage that I'm using, Nidus Prime, Strun Prime, Magnus Prime, and the
whatever
skin.
That stick is.
Oh, that's we don't care about the stick. I'll replace it with Cronin Prime later in the footage. I was just leveling that. It's that stick. It came. That's quite new. That stick. Okay, it's a cool stick, but I can't remember what it did. It's called quite new. And then there's the Nidus Prime access Necromech skin, which is badass, which you'll probably see me using in the footage later in this thing. So, yep. Do you remember Plague Star is up, and the key thing is the Ghoul Saw is the new thing in the Plague Star event, so you're going to need to run that lots to get your Ghoul Saw. Go do that. I think that's it, really, for... Oh, no, actually, I've got another thing in my notes here. Apparently, it's the Xbox 7-year anniversary. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, in the market, I think it's for each week for the next 3 weeks. So I think this week is... Yeah, if you're on Xbox, do check your market out. There'll be unique stuff which will be available for 1 credit. I personally don't like it when they do this. This is how they originally gave out the Brat and Vandal. So you have to... So if you're on Xbox, please go to the market and buy the stuff for the next 3 weeks. There's things like weapon skins, Dana, Noggles. There's like a skin for the Paracesis.
Really?
Yeah, the Paracesis looks badass. It's a Noggles as well. Oh, and a color picker. So yeah, do check out those things. It's for the next 2 weeks. If you want more information, obviously it's on the Warframe website. But yeah, if you're on Xbox, 7 years anniversary. Congratulations. There you go.
I was just going through my emails because on occasion they email me of news and things, and I've just discovered, dun dun dun, this should have been part of Dojo Dusting. I can do a Nidus Prime giveaway. So yeah. Yeah, go check that out. Dude, right, okay. So my job, right? Some of the stuff is tied to one of my personal email accounts,
right?
And it just gets bombarded. So I just get so much. So like finding like worthwhile emails is a pain in the ass.
Couldn't you just filter anything from @DE or whatever to a folder and then just check that?
I'm not even sure if Yahoo can do that.
I'm sure it can.
Possibly.
If not, just forward all your emails from that to one that sensibly can. I'm pretty sure it can.
Oh, that's the smart idea. Anyway, so yeah, there will be, if you go to my Twitter, there'll be a Prime Access giveaway for Nidus. It is the highest tier of Nidus Prime Access, which is the Ravenous pack.
Ravenous.
Like how I'm feeling right now because I'm hungry.
You got to push the R.
The raw.
Ravenous.
Raw.
Come on, ravenous.
No, you said raw. Just say you got to push the raw.
No, you got to put the raw in ravenous. So it's ravenous.
Ravenous. There you go. Are you happy now?
Yes, I'm very happy. Thank you.
Okay, and I don't think I could talk about the other stuff. Okay, cool. Right. No, that happens.
No. Like, here's a big pile of secrets that I can't talk about.
No. Right, the number of times this happens, like top secret, we can't tell the public about something. Literally an hour later, Dee's revealed it to the public. I'm like,
don't tell them this. Okay. We told them this.
Yeah, you can now tell them about this.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. Anyway.
Let's
move on.
Anyway. Right, so moving on, we've done the war report, and now we're going to move straight into the topics for this week. It feels so weird to get this far this early without. So
there's the Necromech. Right.
Oh man, that looks dope.
It's so cool. It's so chunky. The only thing I don't like about it is when it deploys. I wish they did put a little bit more effort into the arms that deploy. It just feels like they kind of appear. An animation that not right appears on them. But apart from that, oh man, the head is huge. I do try and swing the camera around to the front end, but it just looks so cool. It's such a cool skin.
Right. So first topic for this week, the Ghoul Saw. The Ghoul Saw is underwhelming apparently. You're supposed to have a webcam there.
Oh no.
And then the next one is Stalker and Acolytes should teleport to you. Oh, I think that's a fundamental flaw with that one. So let's move on. Let's go straight to the first one. Right. The Ghoul Saw, underwhelming. Not every weapon needs to be amazing. But when it comes to the Ghoul Saw, it's just downright unpleasant and awkward to use. The weapon speed is so low that it's genuinely problematic. The forward combo block can legitimately lock up your input because its slowness because of its slowness, if you accidentally tap E to attack, the forward combo block.
The forward combo block can legitimately lock
No, what's the
up your
forward combo
inputs because of
block?
its slowness. Oh, the forward combo block. Well, it's got a new stance. Let's have a look.
I can't remember what the forward combo. Because it is because it will initiate the combo again. A lot of the animations are spent doing wind-ups, and while that's not usually a problem, it's compounded by the fact that this thing hits with barely more power than a heavy blade. Overall, the Ghoul's Saw suffers from an underwhelming damage to speed ratio. What it does, other weapons way. So what it does, I think that's supposed to be what it does do. What it does, other weapons do way better. Okay, suggestions: increase the damage ticks, adjust the forward combo, increase combo damage, increase the default speed a little. Have you found out what the forward combo block is?
Yeah, the wiki has really stepped up its game when it comes to doing combos. I'll give you a link, and you can have a look as well. Just paste this to you.
Paste it to me.
So they've done a really cool job of what it does, instead of just going you this is the combo, it's actually telling you kind of I don't know how they get this information. The percentages on each attack and when an attack is a slam attack and if it does bonus damage. I don't know how they know this, but cool, you know. So, you know, you get attacks with extra combo, with extra impact, extra slash. There's a slam attack, the rip and roll, blocking while moving. I assume slam attacks knock things down.
While blocking and moving.
Yeah. So what did they say? It was the forward thing.
The forward combo block.
Oh, so that would be rip and ride.
Yeah.
You know, that's the riding one.
Yeah.
And what are they saying about it? Welcome up. There's usually lock up your input because it's stolen, so you accidentally tap E to attack because it will initiate the combo again. Tap E. So are they saying that?
Okay, so I think basically what can happen is you can get stuck on the saw because I mean, so I imagine when you tap E, you sort of jump on the saw to do the combo, but if you tap E again while you're on it, it will start the animation again and then never come out of it. I mean, it's kind of vague. I don't know if there's more to the actual topic itself. There's a lot more. Oh, there's a lot more. Okay. Hold on.
This is to be expected, but the weapon speed is so low that it's generally problematic. The worst offender is the forward block combo, which takes several seconds by default. Some of you may not be aware of how Warframe's melee tends to handle input buffering, but summarized issue here, if you press E a second time to initiate a combo, you do that attack at the earliest moment you can. And this next bit's in caps. This means you can lock yourself into doing a combo twice. This feels horrible and bad. While it can be mitigated with attack speed mods, even maxing out the attack speed will give you 3 full seconds of having to ride the Ghoul Saw. I know, a few seconds is somewhat nitpicky in a lot of situations, but this is a melee weapon. An extra second of reload of a gun feels pretty bad. An extra second of doing something you do not want to be doing is generally unpleasant at Warframe's fast-paced combat.
I do kind of get where they're coming with this one. Like, so basically, you can accidentally do it twice. That's the point they're trying to make. And Warframe's melee system is
floaty, jank.
No, it's a bit underdeveloped.
Imprecise.
I mean, it's like, how many? Oh God, fighting games have you played?
A fair few.
Yeah, like, have you ever played the Mortal Kombat games?
Oh, years ago.
Yeah, so I used to play a lot of Soul Calibur.
Yeah, I love Soul Calibur, yeah.
Yeah, going from Soul Calibur, which was like really fast, you had to get the timings down spot on, to Mortal Kombat, which is you had to have pauses between the button presses, otherwise it wouldn't register the combo. I mean, that was my brief experience with Mortal Kombat. it was just like, oh my god, this is so frustrating.
Right.
Yeah, and um, that to me is a similar situation here, where basically you should be able to execute the combat, and maybe it should be there should be the lockout. So if you're doing the Ghoul saw ride, it's not buffering any additional inputs while that's happening, so it doesn't accidentally trigger another ride immediately after the first one.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think it just needs to be a bit more developed in places.
Oh,
It's
it
like
literally
it's
is a one button tap. Oh, okay.
yeah. Well, no, I mean it's because you're doing the forward block a one button tap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like the fact that they did homogenize the inputs, right? Because trying to remember all the inputs across all the different
Yes. Yeah.
stances
No. Yeah,
was
I
too
agree. It
much.
was something we
Yeah.
asked for ages, and they finally,
Yeah.
yeah.
But there are just some weak points, and I totally get that. What are
But
you just
I'm
flying
watching my
around on the
necromac
neck?
flying around, being death from above. Look at that
Yeah,
face; it's so cool. Yeah.
but the comments of like, oh, let's increase it. Like, it's supposed to be a slow, heavy weapon.
Hmm.
He can't really escape that. I mean, again, it's like playing Astaroth or Nightmare in Celeber. I think it's Astaroth. I think that's the big dude with the big hammer.
Sounds right to me.
Yeah, he was a slow, you know, fighter. You had to time things really, really well. You had to be really on the ball with Astaroth or again Nightmare. But if you were to play someone like Raphael or Mitsurugi or Taki, again, they were really fast at fighting. So that is where Warframe really oh god not shines, is in the fast melee weapons, not in the slow ones. And it feels, maybe I'm getting this wrong, but it feels a bit like this person's like, no, make it better, increase these things, just make it better,
Make it better. So,
make it
what do you
better.
say about their list of points, which they do expand on the comic? Tobiah's nicely shrunk it down for us. So, their suggestions are increase damage ticks, adjust full combo, increase combo damage, increase its default speed a little. So they say for like increase the damage. This thing should be hitting way, way harder than any heavy blade with how damn slow it is, and with as horrid critical chance and subbar critical damage it has, it needs a lot more power up front to even begin to scale.
I
I just want to check. I mean, surely people haven't got Rivens for this yet. Surely Rivens would make a big effect on it.
I honestly don't know. I mean, we have so many melee weapons. Well, we have so many weapons in the game as it stands. What is the benefit of having like, oh, let's just make this weapon better? I'll just make it needs to be better. It needs to be higher on the scale. It needs to be better. I mean, why?
What?
Why this new weapon need to be the best?
Yeah. Well, in general though, it's like you say why, but it's like, well, why should any weapon be better or whatever? It's very odd thing to say. But so this is the new thing that's come out. Does it offer something unique? Yes. As you say, yeah. Does it have to be the best thing ever? Well, no, it doesn't. Especially if like people will. Yeah, the thing is, what probably will happen with this is somebody, I don't know, Mr. Warframe guy, will discover some ridiculous build with when you use X Riven with X crazy amount and you stack status maybe and reduce duration on the status, and then you use, I'm just coming up with random frames in my head, I don't know, you use like Neja with a Vault speed buff, and then you do crazy damage while you're riding around burning the floor or something, and it does a billion damage. But at the moment, people are just using it as a weapon and going, oh, look, it doesn't do anything. But I'm sure someone will discover the secret of doing something stupid with it later.
I mean,
As for the base damage of it, I mean, it's really tricky. It should, just because it's the new thing, doesn't mean it should just break the game.
yeah.
But that's how the thing is, that's how most games release content, is that the next tier of thing is always stronger than what came before. But it's hard because a lot of people don't see that Warframe doesn't work like that at all.
I mean, actually, one thing.
Well, not at all, but generally.
I think one thing we have fallen foul of right now is that it is better to start at this position of something's weaker, we can buff it, than something's
Yes.
too good, let's nerf it.
Yeah.
So that's something we should give credit towards this situation.
Yeah, because if it was completely overpowered, then people would scream as it got nerfed, and everyone would be using it. But if it's this way around, at least they could maybe give it a little bit more love if it really is not as good as it should be.
Yeah. It's also the first one of the system. It's so imagine soon there will be more. And
you think so?
Yeah, I think there's genuinely going to be a Corpus version and an infested version, at least an infested one. I don't think they're going to limit this just to doing one. I mean, I'm really surprised how there's only one war fan.
Yeah.
Right?
Is there still only one war fan?
I'm pretty sure there's only still one war fan. However, they did do 4 spear weapons. There's the Grenier one, which is the Javlock. They've got the Corpus one, which is the Ferrus.
What weapon type are you talking about?
The spear gun. Yeah.
The spear gun?
Yeah. You know, the star from Stargate.
Does that have a that's not a melee weapon though.
No, I know it's not a melee weapon.
Oh, right.
But it's one of the more unique weapon grips, right?
How many war fans did you think there was?
I thought there was only one.
There's 3.
Oh, there you go. There's 3. Oh, wait, yeah, because they came up. Well, there was one with Zaku, wasn't there?
There is the Aram Spinosa, the Gunson, and the Quasus. Quasus? Yeah, there's 3.
Croissant.
There's a Quasson. Yeah.
Oh, there's a croissant.
And just for those 2 stances. I do like to get on top of it because I imagine some poor people in the comments are already typing, "Oh my god, you guys, you idiots! Look up, there's 3 weapons." So
honestly, we oh my god, I don't know. Like, do you ever find it really daunting, like the sheer volume of weapons there are in Warframe?
Yes. Oh yes. I remember the days I used to know.
I cannot be bothered to get into it.
No, it's not like I can't be bothered. It's just I can't allocate that much brain to being the mastermind of Warframe weapons at this point.
What I mean is, I cannot bring myself to diving back into it. I cannot bring myself to stir up that much. But like, I got other shit to be dealing with. Like, yeah, as you said, like, I cannot allocate that much brain soup for.
Yeah, no, I like using them. Don't get me wrong, and I do want to level them up and use them, and I do prefer to level my stuff by using it rather than just putting it on my back and doing the same stuff I always do. But yeah. I used to be able to tell you every single sword, dual sword, the machete. I used to know all the weapons and have a firm grasp of it. Whereas now, I cannot tell you how many whips there are or how many tonfas there are without clicking. Because I just see the list in front of me.
No,
I'm not even going to try. Yeah. But I do like getting into it. That's why I like well, now that I record footage,
like,
there's definitely into it more.
4 tonfas.
Oh, sorry, yeah. Here's, by the way, on the footage for anyone who's watching at the moment, here's an issue that I find that's annoying. If I'm getting it wrong, please correct me, but I don't see where there's the Thermia Fracture bounty in Fortuna. Maybe it's in the secret room. Maybe, but and if it's that, someone put it in the comments for me. But like for me, I was like, okay, so I have to join from the Orbiter, and it's really annoying to do the Thermia Fractures because you join. Sometimes you join and it says, and the people they're just people who are just out on the Valis and they're just fishing or something. It's like, oh come on, like, put yourself a solo if you're just gonna go fishing. So annoying.
Yeah. Right. I kind of want to explore. Yeah, I kind of want to explore. Like, I will also say, I've not actually played with the Ghoulsaur myself. On it, I haven't. What's it called? This week's been hell. I've not.
Well, you've only had like 3 days, and it takes like 12 hours to build the parts and a day to build the weapon. You could buy the whole thing I see on screen for 245 platinum. Yes, but if you're going to rush, you might as well just buy it outright. I think I added it up, and it's like 200 to rush, 245 to buy it outright. Something like that. It's because you have to make the bits before you put it in. It's yeah.
Yeah.
I will just check that just because I know someone else will be like, you got it wrong.
Should we go to the replies? Should we dissect this further?
Yeah, in a sec. Hang on, let me just get this price. So, how much does it cost to rush all the bits? It doesn't say. I can't even see it. Oh well. But I remember it being not that much. But let's go to. Sorry, no, not much difference between it. So let's go to some replies. Okay. I'm just going to be that guy and say that I'm actually enjoying it so far. Yes, she's a bit confusing and a bit unwieldy, but rip and tear until it's done.
I mean, one thing I really would have liked is if you are blocking, maybe it doesn't block as well because it's big and unwieldy, but you could basically just do contact damage with enemies. You just walk into them and start dealing damage to them.
Isn't that one of the stances?
You mean one of the combos?
Yeah, where you just hold it up and run around.
Not that I'm aware of. I mean,
is it Ghoul Rush?
That amazing
Ghoul Rush.
Page. Ghoul Rush.
I think you need to keep tapping, but your character just holds it up and runs around with it.
Oh, done. I mean, that wasn't shown off during
it was.
demo.
That's where
the
these
dev stream.
Yeah, that's where these images come from. The animations.
No, these are not from the dev stream because she did it with a rhino.
Oh, fair.
Rhino.
Where are those from then? What tunnel is that?
I have no idea. Looks like some kind of dojo tunnel.
Oh, weird.
Also, it looks like they have to stop periodically.
No clue.
Yeah, neither do I. Anyway, right. Let's go into the replies.
Actually, no. I think these are from a dev stream because they showed the weapon on the Rhino. Oh no, that was when they were testing it in the Grinning Galleon.
Maybe this is oh god. What's the name of the other one? Good? Oh god. Prime time. Yeah.
Okay, maybe. Anyway, the next point is Ripkas, a weapon added years ago has multi-hit in a single swing. A giant saw isn't. I think they did this on purpose. We can make DE buff it somehow. I'm quickly looking this up.
The Ripkas are the claw weapons.
They're the chainsaw fists.
Yeah. They still count as claws. Because it's like the... Oh, shoot, what's the... I can't remember what that character from Street Fighter's called.
Advantages.
But I don't know why a giant chainsaw should have multi-hit.
The wiki doesn't mention this multi-hit.
There you go.
Oh, notes. Trivia. No, doesn't. I don't see anything on the wiki about it. But if there is, it would be. I would say though, if there is some sort of multi-hit thing going because they were like chain weapons, and even if it just splits the attack damage would be one hit into two, but then each hit has an increased chance of status. That's what. Yeah. That's how they want to do sort of saw-based weapons. Then they should continue that trend. I would say.
Yeah.
Consistency is important, but I don't know if it is like that because I can't see anything about it, and I'm not an expert on the Ripkas. If that is, then fair enough. And yeah, then I feel they should continue that sort of style of thing. Next reply is: you either overshoot your target and miss, are stuck in a cumbersome animation limited to a few enemies in front of you. If they decide to move away, you'll just miss. It has a surprisingly narrow angle of attack, so out of a group of enemies, only two in the middle will suffer. I hate to be mean, but it's not just the entire Warframe melee system in general.
I mean, it's a chainsaw. We know this, right? We know this to be true. It is a chainsaw.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we don't use it in combat typically. It's not, chainsaws aren't great weapons to use. They're two-handed and cumbersome as hell.
Yeah, it's a bit like a scythe. The scythe is actually a very useless weapon in combat, but in all fantasy,
really
it's like, oh my god, he's got a scythe. It's like, wow. It's like, no, it's actually a really useless weapon.
Yeah.
Well, actually, I don't know. I should probably go check the.
No, because the inside of the blade is the only thing that's sharp.
I know, but always check the Shadowversity.
You always have like, oh god, yeah, I mean, fine.
But I'm pretty sure Shad would probably say I can't remember him doing one on scythes, but seeing as he approves of just sticks and spears are some of the best ones you can get, I don't think he would be much the fan of a scythe. I can't even find a video on it. Oh well. No, unappreciated historical weapons. The war scythe.
This episode of Shadowversity is
Is it actually a thing then?
Attack, and so one of the main targets for a war pick like this would be helmets.
I think they can hear the audio, by the way.
Oh, sorry, class, yeah. If you haven't known, it looks like I don't think he's got a giant one. He's got sort of like a short one, and he's calling it a war pick. So I imagine he probably yeah, I see a picture of I don't think he means an actual scythe, but he probably meant that there was it looks more like a giant mining pick than a scythe. But I'll have to watch that one.
Yeah. It's got like a sort of not it's like a knife length blade as opposed to like a proper scythe length blade.
Yeah,
that way you. Yeah.
I doubt he would approve of a scythe
farming
that you would use for a farming implement scythe. Yeah. I'll have to watch that though. Anyway, back to the chainsaw. It is a chainsaw. What is a chainsaw meant to do? Well, cut down trees
wood
that are on the floor. That's what it's primarily for. It's not for swinging around and hitting 10 enemies.
Some people are playing too much Doom.
Yeah. Well, even in Doom, I think you mainly attack enemies one at a time, don't you? You don't with the chain weapons. You don't.
With with Doom Eternal, the chainsaw is used. I mean, it's not even a chainsaw. Really. It's like this weird chain blade that's on your gauntlet, much like a predator has the gauntlet blades.
Yeah.
But it's used to recoup ammo and resources and things, and it's a very fast weapon, right? But you have to get an enemy in a vulnerable state before you can actually use it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's people have been playing too much Doom. Anyway.
Okay, the last one is, do any of the combos have a slash proc in them? I know that alone won't fix all the problems it has, but it could be a good thing.
I don't know what slash procs do anymore. Is it bleeding still?
Yeah.
I thought bleeding was nerfed to hell.
Well, I think it's one of these things. It's the same with Condition Overload. I swear it's had 2 or 3 bounds of nerfs, and I imagine it's still probably pretty good. It's just they make these things overly good to begin with, and then they have to keep nerfing them.
The status effect of slash damage is bleed. It applies a dot effect after 1 second delay, dealing a tick of damage for a second. So each second for 6 seconds. Each tick deals true damage equal to, oh my god, maths!
Interestingly,
equal to math.
On the wiki, when you expand the full legend, it says exclusive procs. It doesn't actually list there being an exclusive slash proc. This is the wiki, not what I'm saying. It says Impact and Stagger have exclusive procs, but not slash.
Mm.
Yeah.
Uncertain.
Ragdolls, knockdowns, lifteds. I mean, there's extra slash damage in there, but I don't see anything about exclusive slash procs. But then it is a status weapon, is my understanding. So, very high status chance. Yeah.
Time will tell.
Time will tell.
Right. Should we move on to the next?
Yeah, I'm sure by next week we'll have. I'll definitely have my goal, so I'm sure I'll be using it in the footage for next week, and then I'll be able to give you some more feedback, and we'll see if maybe there's some hot fixes, because normally DE likes to give it the weekend, everyone will get a chance to play with it, and then we'll see if maybe it gets tweaked next week.
Not gonna lie, I'm just tempted to buy it for platinum.
Fair enough. Right, we'll move on to topic 2 then.
Yep. Right, Stalker and Acolytes should teleport to you. Stalker and Acolytes being able to teleport to you. Teleport you. Oh, wait. Stalker and Acolytes being able to teleport you to them needs to be replaced by them teleporting to you. Teleporting the player causes too many problems that have no counter, and having the enemy teleport to you fills the same gap closing function without the bullshit. There are several cases of people being teleported into spaces that have no doors, yet are technically in bounds, so slash unstuck doesn't work, forcing the player to abandon the mission and forfeit the reward for a reason that no amount of modding or skill can avoid. If you get teleported while activating a life support capsule in survival, it doesn't take, potentially screwing you over and failing the mission because RNG made the AI do it on a whim. This is an example of Morton's Fork scenario.
I'll look it up.
Yeah. Kill the acolyte first and run out of time to run to the capsule, or try to grab the life support first and get interrupted, wherein either choice has the same result, life support running out. Oh, they actually put a link to Morton's Fork in
Morton's
the original
Fork
post.
is a type of false dilemma in which contradictory observations lead to the same conclusion.
Oh, okay. It's a little weird application here, but what else?
Under Henry VII, John Morton was made Archbishop of Canterbury in 1486 and Lord Chancellor in 1487. He rationalised a benevolence tax of Henry's by reasoning that someone living modestly must be saving money, therefore could afford the benevolence, whereas someone living extravagantly was obviously rich and therefore could afford the benevolence as well. Morton's Fork may be invented by Henry supporters Richard Fox. Oh. So the two dilemma things we're seeing here is that teleporting it to you and you to it are the same thing, but they're not, because there is
No, this person's saying that either fighting the stalker slash acolyte before resolving the life support issue, or resolving the life support issue and getting interrupted equate to the same result. You still lose.
Where's that?
If
If you get teleported back to life support, sorry, it doesn't take, potentially screwing over. This is
no,
kill the acolyte first
the,
and run out of time to
run,
capsule, or try to grab life support and get interrupted. Within choice has the same result, life support running out.
Yeah. I kind of want to go over this with the replies in mind, because this isn't something I've personally encountered, like, ever. Yes, I'm taking a break from Warframe, so I need to take that in mind, but I can't think of an instance where, well, I mean, I can years ago, where the stalker teleports me to it when I've run away. I've run past the stalker as it's teleporting in.
Yeah.
Not standing around waiting for it. I mean, have you ever encountered this?
No. I can't think of any time I have, though I don't play a great amount of Steel Path where I would encounter more acolytes and thus probably experience it more. If I was to say, I mean, why does it need to teleport you to it?
Because I don't know if you're aware of this. When you are in the room with Stalker,
Yeah.
right? Stalker locks all the ways out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you are fast enough, Stalker could teleport into one room and you have left.
Yeah.
So but it's basically, it's blocked a path in the chain because the room doesn't unlock until Stalker leaves or is defeated. And thus anyone that's stuck on behind Stalker can't get through.
So just repeat the process? teleport to the player again and lock the door again?
You could do it that way. That I mean, don't get me wrong, that is totally viable. It's more steps. Because remember, every door ahead is unlocked. It's just the room that Stalker is in. So it could happen
Or how about
again
just
and
make,
again and again.
when Stalker locks, make Stalker lock all doors. And then it doesn't matter, because even if you get past it, you'll be trapped in the next room, and then it doesn't unlock till Stalker, then Stalker's next action is to teleport to you, so you'll never not be in a room without Stalker.
But that doesn't resolve this issue, at least, because they're saying that they want to get life support. What if there's no life support modules?
I don't get
in
how
your room?
teleporting either way would fix that.
Yeah.
I don't quite get that. That seems like a separate issue to me.
This feels more like the
That's why I was
issue
looking up the
is-
Morton's Fork thing, because I'm like, what?
I feel like the issue is that if I'm interacting with the life support and I get teleported away, it shouldn't interrupt the activation. That's the solution here.
Oh, actually, I suppose. Sorry, I get this wrong. So yeah, so if you change it so the acolyte teleports to you, and then you try and grab the life support, you won't get interrupted, but the acolyte will teleport to you. But like, then the acolyte might just kill you in the few seconds. Then, so I'm just, yeah. I think of it as you're saying. Yeah, I think you were about to say there about the just as soon as you hit E, you're now confirmed to that the life support will activate. Yeah.
Though I thought that was the case anyway. I swear that was the case. Like you can activate the.
It's such a niche example to set up because we'd need to go do a survival. Then we'd need to make Stalker or Acolyte spawn, which I guess we could prompt with Bacons. And then they have to do the switch teleport on you as you activate it.
Well, the one no, it's that doesn't work because you need to activate it and activate the life support in a different room to get teleported. So you can't activate it would be such a hard experiment to do. But even so, I remember the number of times when I've activated life support and a ancient or a scorpion snags me, pulls me off.
Yeah,
I'm still in the activating animation.
Yeah, it goes off.
But the thing still goes off.
Yeah.
So I don't know. For me, it sounds like there's a weird bug in there that teleporting stops the activation of life support.
Not to be mean, but I really feel this is this setup is so niche. It's the same issue that happens when you're hacking, and if you finish the hack with like 1 second remaining, it still fails.
I think they resolved that issue, but it was definitely an issue years ago.
I swear I had it a few months ago, or maybe it's like
really?
maybe they've reduced it so it's like a fraction of a second.
Yeah,
but it definitely was a thing, and if that's the case with this, it's like it's so niche. So yeah, so you're saying is you'd have to be playing a survival mission, you'd have to have acolytes and or stalker spawn, and you'd have to make it out of the room before it locks.
Yep.
And also be low on life support, and then the teleport would have to be cast during at some point, probably at some weird point in the animation of activating it, where it activates to use it up, but doesn't add to the life support.
Yep.
I'd like to know how many times per day that scenario exists.
I'd be interested to know how many times per month.
Yeah.
I'm still reckoning it's such a tiny number.
Yeah, the getting teleported to inescapable things sounds a much more bigger issue to me. I still agree with them that maybe you should change it to teleport to the player, but and come up with a method where maybe it locks all doors or something. I think that'd be a better solution. But their weird example of, oh my god, this one time I was using life support and it didn't go off. Like, what happened if what happened was someone. What happens if they walked up to the terminal, pressed to activate the life support just as the swap teleport went off, and it didn't actually register their activation? Or did they say it used up the life support?
Well, they didn't say in the notes.
Yeah, exactly. It's like we can't know if that's exactly what happened. It's so niche.
But the weird, so Stalker, I know teleports. Oh no, the acolytes do act like stalker. Like, because originally in the Shadow Debts event and things, you had to hunt down the acolytes.
Yeah.
But now in Steel Path, the acolytes do hunt you, right? I if an acolyte teleports in, it teleports in on top of where the player was when they started teleporting in. Yeah?
Yeah.
And so for the acolyte or stalker to teleport in a location that has no entrance, it just feels like, oh no, the doors are locked. Yeah, this isn't new. The game's been doing this for years. It puts you in a locked room. It forces you to fight stalker slash acolytes. This
Yeah.
feels so confusing. Also, if you've got the acolytes, you're doing Steel Path,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
So you are actively trying to fight you're trying to get Steelies.
Well, you might just be progressing through Steel Path and not a survival mission.
It's true. That is possible. I
But
don't know, it feels
it's such a like you'd have to be like sub 10
a
life
unique
support
case.
as well.
Yeah.
Like, why did you let it get to sub 10 life support?
Yeah.
And worst that'll happen is you fail the mission. I can't. This is where I'm. This is very. I can't remember what happens
Can we
then.
go to the replies? Can we look at what the replies are saying? Because I'm wondering if anyone else corroborates what this person says.
Okay, well, we can go back to it. Yeah, so replies. On the topic of acolytes, fuck malice so much. It can be hard to notice you have been magnetized and then you are dead. All you can do is go into spoiler mode and wait it out, because even if you didn't notice and stop shooting, something else, even your sentinel, will shoot and the bubble will kill you. Ah, that's the old Sargus
That's
Ruck ability. I remember that.
yeah. That's a more viable. Well, yeah. I mean, that makes sense.
Okay.
Next.
That ability alone makes worth farming pigments in open areas. You see, it's often the spawn, for whatever reason, thank you D, and your pasta code, so it breaks, and the acolytes TP to a random zone. How to fix this? Well, use your Arcwing and blink like a madman. The acolyte will soon TP you near it, allowing you to get that sweet steel essence. I can only use my Arcwing in an outside environment.
I'm pretty sure, do the acolytes even spawn in the outside environments?
I imagine they do. I'm no expert.
Well, I mean, Stalker definitely didn't for the longest time ever.
Yeah. Next reply.
Um,
Another problem I would see currently is that Stalker / acolytes do not jump. For instance, Chimeria Jupiter, there is a circular risen stand near the hacking console, and if you stand there, the acolyte will not jump to get to you, but instead teleport you to him.
yeah, most of the enemies don't jump.
Yeah.
Like, the only time an enemy will jump is when they're actually traversing terrain.
They're not actually jumping, are they? It's just a path to progress between A and B that they just do an animation that makes them fly up. To them, it's literally just a straight line. That's why there's preset points that they jump up and down.
It's 4D chess. I've no idea what
Well, no, it's actually 2D chess is what they're actually doing. They literally do not see the elevation. It's just literally a flat map to them.
Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with the stalker / acolytes teleporting you to them if in that situation. I mean, otherwise the stalker / acolytes will just constantly teleport to you and you won't get a moment of respite at all. Also, for whatever reason, thank you, DE, for your pasta code. I'm sorry. As a developer, you don't know what you're talking about. You have no idea what you mean by saying copy pasta.
I think they meant to use spaghetti code, by the way.
No. So there is a certain quality of developer that will often go on a service known as Stack Overflow, right? Copy a chunk of code and just paste it into their code. They don't know what the code does, right? that is often what is referred to as copy pasta code.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
but saying that, where would D have copied from?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's why I think that they meant to
It's
use
the
the
dumbest.
term spaghetti code, which is that where there's my understanding of where there's code and it's all over the place and
It's a mess.
yeah, it's a mess. I think that's what I meant, and I did check just in case I was wrong. And spaghetti is is defined as pasta. I just wanted to check just in case I was wrong. So yeah, it is a sub-defined version of pasta. But yeah, saying pasta code to me is copy pasta. Yeah, and that's what But it meant to say, I think they meant to say D in your spaghetti code. So, there we go. Anyway, let's have a look at some of the more ones on this.
Yeah, I know this just doesn't feel like a thing. This feels like it got
128 upvotes, 92% upvoted. I'll just read out. There's only a handful more replies. Let me just go through these. I had a time when I was standing an inch away from one and was still getting teleported every 3 seconds. Was invisible though, so I didn't get maimed. I once teleported into a closet with the stalker and it was a locked door because the alarms were triggered. I was a newbie and was one shot. I'd like to call.
There's nothing wrong with that.
I like to call it the fucked up if you do, fucked if you don't scenario, but either one works. And then the downvoted ones, we have somebody just saying get good who got -15.
Yeah.
And here's actually one with a bit of meat to it. Okay, so instead of teleporting you into places you can't escape from, you want to be able to teleport the acolytes into a place they can't escape from. Someone posted both have cons, so I'm not sure most agree that glitching the acolyte is less annoying than glitching the player. How would I get into a room with no doors? Oh god, the downvoted replies. This person, back. But from a technical standpoint, you could keep running from that room until they spawn back to you, right? I mean, from a technical standpoint, is a void like a chasm on Earth on the outside of a gas? What? They teleport you to. If they teleport to you, they can teleport themselves back out of a confined space. Yeah, there's like that. If they teleport to you, and they can't at any point they can't reach you, they just teleport to you. If you then leave the area, they would teleport to you again. I don't see the issue of them teleporting to you. Here's a better solution. What if the stalker and the acolytes teleported you to a different dimension room? Would that be cool?
I actually quite like that, but then that means
we'll call it the purple realm.
Fuck off.
What?
Sorry, I don't know why I reacted so negatively towards that.
I'm curious. Do you know what reference I'm making?
No.
Oh, in Yu-Gi-Oh, there's the Shadow Realm.
Oh god.
But they go, it's more of a purple realm, really. Your soul will be lost to the Shadow Realm. Purple Realm. Shut up! I'm just saying. It's in the Abridged series.
Yeah, I was wondering.
Purple Realm. Shut it!
Sorry, I don't know why I reacted so negatively towards that. But one thing I would be interested to talk through is if they did have that where the stalker would sort of like kidnap you.
Oh, on a side note, sorry, look at the footage. So this is the inverse. So you have to take the orbiter. Well, fine, the orbiter to the thermia fractures. Maybe it is in the secret room. But on the Plague Star, if you're in the orbiter, you get this screen. You ever seen this screen before? Like, how do Plague Star? And then you have to go down to Konsu, and then when you Konsu, see, there's the screen again. There's an option. It's like, plague stuff, and then he goes into like a 2-minute spiel you can't skip, and he does it every time.
Because it's the exploiter, I reckon that it's in the
Voxars. Okay, I didn't check that. I will check that for next time.
That's my theory. Like, I actually really like the idea of the secret room, but I kind of feel that what would be good is if you were to start a mission, but you ended up in this room with Stalker instead.
Oh.
Yeah, like, I'm going to go do this capture mission. Where the fuck are my orders? And Stalker's there waiting for you. So he's kind of like intercepted you or whatever. I like that.
But couldn't you then, when Stalker's on you, just keep entering and quitting missions until Stalker steals you. I guess you could also make it that it doesn't work on when you load a mission, or it won't change and decide, okay, next time you're getting captured until you finish a mission. You'd have to do that.
Yeah. Maybe it's based on, you have to do 100 successful missions.
Not quite that, but no, I meant that obviously when you get a Stalker tag on you, and then you click on a mission, it's not a percentage chance, because then people will enter mission, quit. It's that it doesn't do a check of next time you will get caught by Stalker, which is still, let's say, a 10% chance, until you have finished mission, roll the dice for next time. No. So you can enter and quit missions all you want. It's not going to increase your chance of doing it. But then you finish a mission, and then next time you might get captured. That's the only way I suppose you could do it. Or bacons.
That would work.
You'd have to make the bacons work. Yeah.
I also feel that this should be an additional thing. It shouldn't be instead of. So you could still encounter Stalker in the regular world or whatever. Or maybe it's a case of, like, after you finish your mission, you get put into the Stalker thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, you're on your way back. Oh, you thought you were going back to your orbiter, didn't you?
But that would prompt people to try and cheese it by blitzing the shortest capture mission they can find until they get captured by Stalker.
That is true, but is that necessarily a bad thing?
Notice me, senpai!
With regards to the enemies teleporting to you, as long as it comes in conjunction with the room you're in is locked,
yeah,
I don't think there's a problem with that.
I think literally make it lock the whole map, and then just keep having it teleport to you. That way you'll never be able to be in a room where it's not locked, and it will always be in the room with you, and there's no way it can teleport you somewhere ridiculous. And if you were heading for the life support, yes, it'll lock the room with you in the life support in it, and it'll teleport to you, but it won't butcher this random specific niche 1 in a million chance example.
Yeah. God, I wish there was evidence of this. I'm really interested to see if our community's actually experienced this problem.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd love to. Yeah, if you have had similar examples or problems with the teleport, please let us know. And if it's, can you think of any other example apart from, I'm trying to do activate a survival life support and I got teleported away, where the teleporting you away causes problems because of that? I know there's the teleport you into rooms you can't get out of, which is fair enough, that's a bug. But
I assume spy would be an issue, where if you're doing a hack for the vault, you get teleported away mid-hack.
But can it teleport you away mid-hack? I don't know if it can.
Well, I mean, it seems to be able to teleport you away mid-interaction with the life support.
Well, we'll allow the community, because it's always useful to rely on multiple people, because more chance of that happening. Has anyone ever been teleported away during a hack? Let us know. That'd be interesting to know.
This is a vault hack, not a door hack or a console hack.
I would be interested if it was a door hack as well.
I mean, I'm pretty sure I have done it where someone was hacking a spy vault and I teleported them away with Loki. It didn't fail the vault. I was able to jump in and then do it myself.
Yeah.
So again, I think it's really, really super dependent.
Mm-hmm.
I think that part of the reason why you need to let the AI do these sorts of things is if you put it in there and then you prevent them from interacting with that thing, it could break the AI, because they get an output that is completely unexpected.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I'm expecting for you to come to me. What do you mean you didn't? I don't know what to do now. 2 + 2 = 12. It will confuse the AI. The AI will just try again and again and again until you can tell. So you need to make sure that the rules of the AI fit with the mesh of the world. Does that make sense?
Yeah. But wouldn't that be fixed if you just teleport the AI to the player?
I think that would be such an easy transition between them. But I'm not entirely sure what would happen if the enemy would teleport to the player and then could, like, do a finisher move while the player is trying to do a interaction with the box. I don't know if Stalker or whoever can do finisher moves. But do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah,
Paras on
either
this
way, this would... If we did change it so players can teleport, it can teleport to the player, we'd only have another Reddit post where someone would be like, "Oh, I'm trying to activate the life support and it teleports behind me and one-shots me. That's not fair."
Yeah, yeah.
Now, I'm not saying which is the lesser of two evils here. I don't know, but I feel that this one with the life support and it didn't activate and it teleported me away, it's really hard to pull off. I mean, if someone can
It's
pull it off and
also
give
a
us a
forever
video,
moving
hats off to you.
goalpost.
But yeah.
Yeah.
That's it for that topic, though.
Cool. Right. Well, let's move on to what's the graphs? We got the graphs to do.
Ooh,
Where
graphs. Just an hour. Oh.
Yeah, just an hour on the spot. Ooh. Right. So the first graph. Right. Which method of farming open world faction rep do you prefer?
Wow.
That is surprising. Yeah. So 38% said the mining and fishing, and 62% said the token system. Were any comments on this?
Yes, they're quite long though. I will save them for later.
Yeah, sure. The second one. Oh, you're gonna boop the button. Button boop. Right. Have you finished the Entrati rep? 27% said no. And 73% said yes. I expected it to be a lot higher on the yes.
I'm in the no.
Yeah, no. I know we're in the no.
Yeah.
But I genuinely thought that there were going to be more people in the yes. I thought we were going to be like, oh yeah, 5% said no.
Ooh. Part of me wants to know, if only we could ask the same people if they'd finished the other reps. Now, I know they've been out longer, but I'm just curious.
I mean,
Deimos has been out for a full year at this point, or yeah.
I mean, we do have names of people and things.
But I'm just thinking, had I finished Fortuna and Voxelaris, Fortuna and whatever, the first reps on those within a year. Yeah, I think I did. Have I finished Entrati within a year?
No.
When did Entrati come out? Was that by now, wasn't it?
Last year.
Yeah, I still haven't finished it.
Yeah. I still haven't finished Voxelaris because fuck Profit Taker.
We should really try it again. I'm sure with Necromax it's not nearly as annoying.
I know. I am feeling like I'm sure everyone can tell. I'm feeling quite a lot of burnout with Warframe. I really want to see New War.
Oh, it's interesting because because I have to do the footage. I'm feeling a lot less burnout from Warframe. I feel quite positive about it. I'm doing my focus farming more. I'm doing this, that, or the other. Maybe it's because you don't record the footage anymore. I don't know how much you're playing. You're playing less now?
I normally play like once a week with Nazareth and things. Maybe it's just a simple case of like I'm still farming the stuff from the sisters. Maybe I just need to change it up. Maybe I just need to go do it.
I think that's because I'm changing it up. Like, you see, today I did Plague Star, I did Thermia Fractures. Last week I think I was doing Focus Grinding. Week before that I was doing Sisters. I think you've got to change it up. There's plenty of options now. Plenty of options.
Yeah. Do you think Nightwave should have a single currency that's used across all of Nightwave? Dead 50-50 split.
Wow.
I am 100% in the no pile in this. Like this should be a seasonal currency, because otherwise every weapon will end up. So it will end up like every other weapon from the reinforcements of old, where like we've introduced a new weapon, build it. What do you mean you built it? I built it. You mean you bought it? No, I built it. But we've only just released it. Yeah, I got all the parts. Really?
But Nightwave stuff doesn't really have weapons in its currency, or new weapons anyway.
No, but that's just an example.
Right.
Yeah? Like I could stockpile shit tons of Nightwave crap and then go, oh, I'm just going to turn it all into Kuba. All the Kuba.
Yeah, but you'd make the change of allowing the currency to change, but then you would make other changes to the list as well. You wouldn't keep both. You'd make it...
What happens if they introduce an immortal skin for Zaku on Nightwave, right? And I haven't done the last two Nightwaves. Oh, I could just buy that because I've still got standing left over from Glassmaker. I haven't touched Nightwave in over a year. I can still buy it.
But okay,
there's no incentive to play.
No. Let's be fair.
No?
Now you're being mean to Nightwave. Okay, now that isn't a problem. But also, if you're saying that the Zaku Immortal skin is new content and it was new to that Nightwave, there's no way they would dump it into the token system on the first thing. It would be on the reward tier, like rank 25 of Nightwave. Get the new Zaku Immortal skin. It wouldn't be dumped freshly into the token bin. But if you had, say, skipped 3 night waves and it was the last night wave and now it's in the bin and you can just buy it, whoop-de-doo. What's the problem with that? The new stuff goes on the levels, not in the bin. The bin is just a collection of stuff that doesn't really else have a place.
You do have a point. I still like to err on the no.
Fair enough.
Next one. Have you actively participated in the current and previous Nightwave intermissions? This is stemming off the back of me saying I haven't done either. 16%, is that 15? 16?
15.
15% said no. 85% said yes.
Yeah, I've participated in them. It'd be interesting to know, did you reach rank 30? I didn't in the last one. I think it was the first one I never reached rank 30 in. I probably will try in this one, but like, just intermissions much.
And then the last one, do you like Xeno's idea of the Nightwave credit store acting like a regular store, but with weekly discounted items? 15%, oh god, 15% said no, 19% said yes, and 65%, said yes. Sorry, oh god, I think I read that entirely wrong. 15 said no, 19 said don't care, 65 said yes. There's 1% missing, but, rounding errors. There you go. That's it. Oh, do you want to turn off the topics as well? I just realized that's still rotating on the bottom. There you go. Everything's off. Cool. Right, that's it for the graphs from last week. Should we migrate on to the sport questions?
Yeah, sure. Oh, I need to get thingy up for this. There they are. So Thalian says, it's that time again for one of the patrons to remind everyone to do the YouTube stuff. Like, comment, subscribe, ring the bell, and look for the secret meme. Do it now. Pause the video before you forget. There's been plenty of time so far, but we're near the end of the episode. And now on with the actual supporter questions. Thalian says, Nidus Prime has come out, and it's maybe too early to tell. Do either of you think that DE have hidden a primed net cyst in the mechanics of Nidus Prime? Would that be a cool expansion of their cyst system, or would it ruin even more Fashion Frame?
I think I'd be down for that.
Didn't they say with the cyst system, you can remove the cyst, and that's a permanent removal, but we will add in the future your opportunity to remove your immunity?
They did talk about that, but I think the solution was, well, we're just bringing out more Warframes.
Just get more Warframes. Just build a new
Just
Warframe.
get more Warframes. There you go.
Get more Warframes. Yeah, I guess. As for a hidden primed neck cyst, I assume that would let you have a primed Helminth Charger. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
That would be cool. And if it was secretly added, didn't they add Harvester in as a secret? It wasn't in the patch notes. I think when they added Harvester in the Detron, they didn't say in the patch notes. They just secretly tried to add it. It was kind of cool.
Right.
Next, Zrugal says, question for Loz. Why do you use different avatar models for Tenno and Kampai Cast? So if you're applying about the Excalibur Primes, the difference I use the default Excalibur Prime in 10 o'clock because of the way this is I'm explaining from Nick out. The way the light probes are set up on the VR chat map I'm using affects the model. So when it comes to really cool shiny things, which he's tried, Nick Outwood nicely did the Excalibur Prime, the new one with my skin on, and he went all out to make it so that he could change the, to my skin. But then he gave it these really cool gold tints with the proper PBR textures. But then if the map doesn't acknowledge the PBR textures correctly, they go all dark. So if I was to use my new model on that, it would look really faded. So I used the old model. The old model has gold on it, but then there's no way for him to do the custom skin on the old model, is my understanding.
Right.
As for Campai Cast, though, I'm going to keep swapping model from now on. That was always my plan. And seeing as I found so many cool models on VR Chat, I will be swapping to different anime ones every week. I hope you enjoyed the last ones. I found Oh, God. Well, I'll tell you the story about me and Nazza finding the JoJo ones.
I heard JoJo. Okay. Well,
I still don't know what a stands is. Stands?
Oh my god! How? We're watching JoJo.
I know, but okay, yeah, but you know what it is, right? Right? The problem is, those models try and animate the stands, and I don't know how to control it, and so it keeps spazzing out.
Well, you gotta do poses!
No, I don't...
You got pro! Do you even pose?
Look, I don't know how it works. It just... My vision gets massively double tunnel funneled, and then there's 7 people around me doing poses, and I'm like, what the hell is going on? And then everything turns into a purple nightmare. Right?
That's Star Platinum. Right, okay, let's so is that it? That's it for the community. Sorry, the supporter questions.
No, is it for
community responses.
Right, there's a few of these. They're quite long, so there's a handful, but they're long, so I'm going to throw it. So first of all, Zalza7, that we were talking about favourite weapons last week, or we had a question on it. So they say the Carrack is my favourite weapon, and I'm like, yes. Duct tape gun is amazing. It is one of my favourite grenade weapons as well. I think I have a... If I don't, I'm going to get a Carrack Wraith, because I want one. Also, is it odd that I look forward to this more than Tenno Live? Now, if you said the dev streams, I'd be like, oh, okay, because we chat more. But Tenno Live? That's what they do all the cool stuff. Well, I don't know. The last one was a bit... I was let down by the last one. Maybe you're right, Zalza7. We don't bring your hopes up, then crush them with, like, here's a tiny teaser that's 40 minutes long and doesn't really... there you go. Okay, right, moving on. Grey Archon says, for the poll question, which method of farming standing do you prefer? The only 2 options were mining and fishing or DMOS token system. I put mining and fishing because I don't think the token system is the best, but my preferred method of farming standard for open world syndicates is running bounties. And I do think this should be the preferred method for all open worlds, with mining, fishing, conservation available, but less efficient.
That's the token system.
Well, the bounties they prefer. They just like running bounties. Because that's the thing. I do think they should implement the bounties token on the planes and the Valis.
Yeah, but not like the conservation or...
No, because the problem is with the Valis and the planes, if you can cap out on standing, and then there's no rep reason to do bounties anymore.
Yeah. Whereas
if you had a token, you could keep doing them the same way.
So we just keep the tokens on the bounties, but not the other parts.
Yes. That's why I think the token system and the normal system could fuse and make the ultimate system. Also, so Scrayocon says, I like what D were trying to do with Damon's token system. I applaud them for exploring different ways of building Syndicate rep, but I'm not a huge fan of the execution, probably because of the Grandmother tokens. I have long since finished ranking up the Intrati and Necroloid syndicates, but I'm still trying to buy all of Grandmother's Captura scenes. I do think especially now that it's been out for a year, and I do talk about them going back and changing things, they probably should up the amount of daily tokens each one has.
Yeah.
So that, because there's let's say there's 10 options. Let's just rack that up to 20. Why not? I'd love for them to go back and do it. Also, and last point from Grey Archon. Additionally, to talk about Deimos standing, isolation vaults are my preferred method of ranking up with the Intrati because the bounties give mother tokens, and the vaults itself has mining, fishing, and gathering resources, which you can trade for Otak, Dorset, and Father tokens respectively. And I put a note here to mention that Ali Al-Khatib also mentioned this, so thank you. The ISO votes also give you the Necromech stuff to rank up with the Necroloid. The only thing you don't get for them is Sun's tokens, but Grandmother has the Heal the Family option, which came out with Deimos Arcana that lets you trade random Deimos resources for random family tokens at a worse rate than normal. So it's possible to trade fish parts and ores for Sun tokens if you're lucky. I didn't know that's what that option did, the Heal the Family option. Did you?
No, yes, I did. I
Oh,
did.
okay. I do
But
feel
it is the worst rate, isn't it?
yeah, but the thing is, I didn't do Deimos much before Arcana came out. It's really only this year I've really gone right. Okay, I've been a lazy ass. I need to start doing Deimos because I can't keep ignoring it and just get on with it. And I have enjoyed it more. I like the fact that I probably would hate it more if I did it before Arcana came out. However, the game does not prompt me, or maybe it's because I've already been there or whatever. This heal the family option, I didn't even know that was a thing. You know, it doesn't make any. I clicked on it, and then the vendor appears with a shop, and I'm like, oh, what's all these weird things? Okay, that must be something for me to do later, and then avoided it. So again, I do feel it has the typical Warframe problem of not explaining anything. Right, there's two more. People have commented a bit long though, but let's get through them. So Vavency, they got rid of trials and they put the arcanes in Eidolons. I think that's something we said last week. It's not even the question of rewards, it's a question of how you get those rewards. Trials were the only content that players could play, Conclave doesn't count, and they could be done once per day at any point in the day. Eidolons can be done multiple times per day, but holy shit, is the time tracking annoying as all hell, plus nighttime shifting by 15 minutes every cycle, adding people that don't have the experience of doing Eidolons and adding limited time to do it equates to a hyper frustrating experience for doing them. I hope that you don't need Grace or Barrier for any build because they ain't dropping. Yes, Trials were a shambling mess on a technical level. Missing ground in the forest tiles comes to mind, but I would play with those with bugs rather than Eidolons since it's less frustrating even with all the bugs. And shut up about the Orphix game mode since it's more of the same frustrating gameplay, but instead of horseradish flavour, it's an onion.
Did we talk about
I don't think we have highly pushed the Orphix game mode, but I do believe I have mentioned it as an alternative to getting arcanes. So they are right in bringing that up about it, but I don't think I've heavily pushed it. Also, I do feel they're right because I'm thinking now, how much have I specifically gone to do the Orphix game mode to get arcanes? Not often, because it is a very time-consuming process, you know, to get to the drop. I can't remember what rotation it's on, and then you're going to have to try and find the one you want, and then you have to endlessly do it. So, whereas if you think about a trial, it's something you do once a day, you're in, you're out, arcane done, you know, you could organise it, everyone meets up at 7, we all know what we're doing, we then move on.
I don't know, like, my experience with trials, because I ran quite a lot of them, especially towards the end, it always took longer to herd the cats. Sorry, cats. It took longer to herd the cats than it was to actually run the trial. And there was always some, like, oh my god, the number of times with the one puzzle, right, Loz, you know the one puzzle. I'm just gonna say, like, are we on the same wavelength? When I say the one puzzle that always fucks up with people, right?
What?
Which puzzle am I
have
talking
to
about?
stand still? What? Not
Yes,
move?
that's the puzzle.
What?
Right,
That means not move from this spot. What? But I wanted to move over there. What do you mean stand still? But I did stand still.
Oh, what do you mean I just killed everyone?
Yeah.
God.
The real problem. Okay, that's
It's
not
like reverse musical chairs.
I don't mean to be. I do mean to be overcritical here. It's the EA's fault when they made this. It's like their first trial, and instead of going, let's do a very simple, easy trial and do more, they went, oh yeah, and then we're going to add this. Oh, but we should make it harder and make it do this and this and this and this and this and this. It's like, how often do we have to stand and read Grineer symbols on the wall? We've never had to do that in the game before. Okay, let's put it in the game, but if you screw it up, you die. Why? The death bit should have been saved for the hard mode. Like literally, it's like they've never. It's almost like they've never played an MMO before. Look at World of Warcraft now. It has 4 different hardness difficulties for a raid, which is the equivalent of a trial, right? The bottom version is literally baby's first raid. Low on mechanics. Really, maybe it'll teach you 1 or 2 mechanics per boss, and you can read up and you know it. And then the next difficulty, normal. So it goes Raid Finder, normal, heroic, mythic, right? Raid Finder, box, baby's first raid. You almost just fall forwards and you win. Normal.
Yeah.
There's some basic mechanics for appearing. Yeah. Heroic. the extreme mechanics are appearing, and if you mess them up, you're going to die. But it's more challenge mode. Mythic, absolute challenge mode. Specific number of players required. You mess up mechanics, everyone dies. Right? It's at that end, right? So you've got a range of player. What did DE do? They put out here's the one point that knows me. Let alone the thing where you step off the tile, you die. The very first room you do has a health tick down time mechanic. This is our first experience in a raid, and okay, we're going to prepare. Okay, has everyone got this? No, we can't. Why? Because the clock's ticking already. So they was like, oh, let's add this. And this,
which room are you talking about?
The Trial of Retribution.
Yeah.
As soon as you start, Vahek poisons the air.
Oh, okay.
It's like, so you're already on a ticking clock to begin with. I know you can mitigate it by having someone doing healing, but if someone's out of range, and then you're like, oh, I need healing now, and it's like,
well, I mean, that wasn't a problem with Trinity.
Yeah, I know, but not back in the day. But it's still But unless Trinity ran out of energy, but you'd have to be putting effort into keeping your Trinity fueled with energy and then casting things. Whereas if it was just, we're going to remove that for that's for the heroic version. The normal version, okay, you've loaded into the raid, you're just experiencing, okay, there's these pressure pads that open doors, have a go at those. What do you do? Okay,
In all honesty, I think, and we said this years ago, the biggest fumbling point for Trials was that there was no looking for group system.
Yeah.
That was the biggest fumbling point. As soon as there was a looking for group system, that would have made Trials like fuck tons more accessible. I mean, look at what happened with World of Warcraft. They refused to do a looking for dungeon or looking for group system for the longest time ever. Then when they finally introduced it in Wrath of the Lich King, the second expansion, all of a sudden dungeons just blew up. Right? Everyone was doing dungeons. Hell, I started doing dungeon, and you need that, like, I want to say, like, maybe I'm too harsh on this, but this introverted level of accessibility, this shy, you are too shy to interact with other players. But if you have this, like, I press and it puts me in a group, I think that's fine. Yeah?
Yeah, it's tricky though. I mean, there is something to say about that. That kind of system does destroy the community of a server, and with World of Warcraft, it was a bit tricky because it did remove that stuff that you get in Classic. But the thing is, though, Warframe is not classic World of Warcraft. Just put in like it should have been that there should have been the basic version of the trial had just you click it and you get put in a random team and it's just go through it, have some fun. Maybe it only gives the common arcanes, but you at least then everyone every day can have a go at getting some common arcanes, getting some stuff built up, and you can understand, okay, in this room there's these mechanics, and then you go to the harder versions which you have to put a group together towards, and in those ones you get the poison air, you get the death on the buttons, But but if you wanted to, you could go for the Raid Finder version, where if you step off the button, you don't die. So people are like, oh, but make it glow or make it very obvious, and people are like, oh, I learned it in that version, then it gets harder. Anyway, go around in circles. But so just to let Vavency know, we want Trials back just as much as you.
Though I will say, I'd like to see them in a new iteration where the Trials are heavily reliant on squaddling, where basically you have two teams of 4 that are completely unobservable from each other, right? They have not completely, sorry, that's wrong. It should be like there's a progress bar like at the top with different milestones, and you have to wait for each team to do their thing, and if they're doing it wrong, it makes it harder for the other team.
Well, no. What you would make it do on the basic version is that if one team gets further, it actually boosts the other team up.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
On the harder versions, if one team gets ahead, it causes a negative for the other team, so you have to do it simultaneously.
Yes. Yeah. And that's the sort of thing that I would really like to see as a system, because like and then you could, like, later on, as soon as you start introducing this, you could start having 3 groups, 4 groups, so on and so forth. yes, it'll be a bit crazy, but it'd be things like Scarlet Spear, where we were organizing entire relays, right? An
Yeah.
entire group of, was it 50 people? No, I don't think it was that many, was it? How many groups did we have?
No.
I can't remember, but it was fun. You know,
Yeah.
I very much enjoyed organizing entire things, didn't I?
Yes.
I was having way too much fun doing that. But yeah, no, we want Trials back. And I definitely agree with the whole sodding, time bullshit thing with Eidolon. Really fucking hate that.
Yeah, the night thing, it just doesn't. Yeah, I think it would be good if you could add an item which allows you to go straight to night.
There should just be a bounty on Konzu, which is, do an Eidolon. It's night. It's just no matter what the time is.
No, I like
the
idea of adding it as a right. Okay, so from a gameplay point of view, you want to think how the game developers want to make it not so easy. So it would actually be like a consumable key that you had to unlock. So you had to play the planes to get one of these consumable keys. Thus, meaning you had to play the bounties on the planes. That kind of linking of gameplay systems. They love that kind of stuff. So
Void shenanigans.
What?
Void shenanigans.
Oh yeah, well, you're giving people reason to go to the void, but having it be a key that you can use. So it's like, let's use our night key. Anyone running night keys? Yeah, I've got 3, so we can just do 3 Eidolons whenever we want. Then people would be farming the keys. It would mean that all links together. You see, so there you go. I wouldn't just put it as a permanent bounty. I like a
I'd also
night
say
key system.
Make the Eidolons drop like towards the key. They have a chance of dropping keys and things like that.
Oh yeah,
so
they have a chance of dropping another key. Yeah.
Even
if it's just like 10%, it means that occasionally it does become self-running. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I mean, I think the sisters do. They drop the mod that's the mimic mod. And you get bacons from them as well. That speeds up the system. Yeah. Right, and the last one is just from Chardan Sierra Vitriol.
Sure.
I hate grinding the Deimos rep, but the only viable way to me is to do it through bounties to get mother tokens. All other activities will give you a pittance of tokens that you more often than not want to use for grandmother tokens. Whereas with both Cetus and Fortuna, you are able to provide servo fish or fish and gems to rank up with them. Fortuna even has the very thematically appropriate, I might add, way of buying your rep with creds and resources. As a long-time player, that he is, I have plenty of both to max out my rep with Solaris United daily without having to resort to grinding bounties, something I personally find very tedious to do. Deimos forcing me to do bounties to get through and get enough rep to even get even close to the daily cap, let alone maxing it out, feels to me like a step back in that it took away player choice in how to get standing. Yes, I actually prefer to spend an hour fishing and mining than doing bounties that resemble the missions the game has had from its inception and I can do wherever. Or at least have the option to, which there really isn't on Deimos with the amount of tokens you get from daughter, son, father, Lloyd.
From
daughter, son, father, Lloyd.
Right.
So that's daughter is fish, son is the conservation, father is junk, and Lloyd is mining. The amount you get, it's just maybe that's what it needs to do. Just add more onto their rotation, so you don't have to be like, oh, better come back in 5 hours for a new set. Or at least have the option to which there really isn't on Deimos. The amount of tokens you get from daughter, son, father, Lloyd being so small, and thus the amount of rep you get for handing them in being far from efficient. I want the choice, to get Deimos rep another way. That lack is what's made me so negative towards that place that has perfected the Quake-like brown tones for its main palette.
Yep. Browniest game ever.
I do feel they were trying some interesting stuff with Deimos, but it's still a rough gem. Because, for instance, I do like the point that if people... I keep reiterating this, but people who do bounties get given a token as well. Like fish. If you go farming fish, you get fish. You can save up fish, you hand in fish to hit the daily cap. I like that bounties people can do bounties till they hit the daily cap, and then if they still want to do bounties, they get a token so they can save up for the next day. So if I wanted to, for Fortuna, I could just go fishing all weekend, and then every day log in and just hit my daily cap. It just takes me 2 minutes. But I saved up playing at the weekend when I could, and I'd like to give that to bounties as well. That's why I think that if you combine the two, you'd have the perfect system.
Yeah.
Yep. Right, that's it for the replies. Let's move on.
Cool. It's time for the memes.
Yay! Oh, this is weird because I've got that. Okay, I'll pop that there. Okay, ready? You're writing down time. Okay, so yeah, so all these memes are from the r/meme frame subreddit. Do check them out. There's also the secret meme, which is a video. I remember what it was, but it's in the description of this video. Go check that as well. I put a video in there because
Do I know
we
what this
images.
is?
No, it's
Okay.
not that. No. There's also I found. No, you didn't get to be the secret meme this week, but I'll add it in as well. There's also I'll add a second secret meme because Xeno very proudly have one of the Xeno codexes turned into meme on meme.
Arbiters. And no. I was just wondering, like, just on the off chance, was this actually one? Was it the?
No,
the
but I will add it. We'll have 2 secret memes this week because it was cool. Right. Anyway, so meme number 1, Perfect Ash.
What?
Someone
what?
found a good use for the butterfly wings.
Oh my fucking god!
Absolutely amazing. Yep. Meme number 2. Oh god, I have to double click everywhere now. I know this would be too OP and I'll never have an infested army, but I can always dream. If an enemy dies and Nida's 4th ability, it should become a friendly infested. Change my mind.
Yep.
That would be cool.
Yep.
Meme number 3. These dragon keys have other uses beside opening Orokin vaults. When your opponents can't get any tougher, so you handicap yourself to face greater challenges. And we have from Samurai Jack. So Extinguished Dragon Key, a Bleeding Dragon Key, Decaying Dragon Key, Hobble Dragon Key. And then he add in Steel Path and a melee ribbon of plus 82% combo count chance, plus 11.82 combo percent duration, plus 110% heavy attack efficiency, minus 185% base damage.
Oh, damn.
Right, seeing as it's Plague Star. Meme number 4. My time has come. Plague Star happens. Titania Plat mains. It's showtime. My understanding is Titania is really good at taking down the Lephantis spawns at the end.
Yeah.
That's why. I don't know how,
yeah.
but apparently Dex Pixia just destroys them or something. That someone could probably explain to me. Meme number 5. Yeah. Pain. I'm not rubbing that. I feel I'm rubbing the salt in a bit with this one. Me. I have every frame in the game. Marcy rank 6 friend. Do you have Excalibur Prime? Me. Yeah. And the final meme of the week. Gotta feed that Helminth. Lotus. A Juggernaut's nearby. It will only attack when it senses a high concentration of infested blood. Slow the fight if you want it to go away. Me. Where is he?
Lol.
Yep. Right, that is it for our 6 memes of the week. We'll now move on to the 6 shoutouts of the week. So, Xeno has found from Twitter some lovely, lovely fan art. We even sometimes have these people on, and we have had Maud on.
Yes, we have.
Yes. I remember.
Wait, are we just going to go with we've had them on? Is that the default now?
Yep. If I can remember, if I get it right, that's the guess.
So we have little goat champ Uwu by Maud.
Vara X Oberon stuff. So we have Vara just that Oberon. That's brilliant. Right. Oh, he's just cute in the background. Lovely.
The second crew shout out is Nidus Prime by Cleo Natarin. Here's a question for you, Loz. Yeah.
Haven't had them on.
No, we have.
Damn it. So beautiful.
Right.
I have to rewatch the art episodes and make a list. Right, number 3.
The third community shout out is Just an Average Day in Warframe by Zero Crossed.
Cold Sores for all. We haven't had them on.
We haven't had them on.
Yay!
All right, but we have had. If you go back to the previous one.
Oh.
Right, but so we haven't had Zero Crossed on, but we have had.
Next one.
No, look. Have you read the link? What he says?
Just an average day in Warframe featuring at primed average.
Yeah. We have had primed average on.
Have we?
Yeah. Oh my god. Next. Number 4 is Chibi Teshin by Dasta Creations.
We haven't had them on.
No, I tried to get them on and then I fucked up the schedule. I will try and get them on again soon.
Yeah. Lovely art.
Number 5 is Anatomy of Nidus Prime by Mushkin.
Big head to come up with overpowered builds. A fair amount of tentacles. Protruding infested ribcage thing, very dapper. Sharp claws for self-defense. Spiky spikes. Golden hands to flex on corpus merchants. Strong muscular legs, 40% improved leg stomping.
And you gotta remember the spiky spikes.
I did say spiky spikes.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Spiky spikes.
Yep. Cool. And then number 6 is Plague Star is live, and so is Rhino's main melee.
Sigh, Plague Star, time to be humiliated again. This is for you, huh? Vindication!
Oh god, I didn't actually take down the name of who actually did this one.
Kozen does art at Kozen Art.
There you go. By Kozen Art.
Plague Star is live, and so is Rhino's main melee.
Yep. Grab that name. Cool. Right. So that's it for this week with 10 o'clock. We be over now. It's over. It's done. It's dusted.
Yeah.
The end of the episode.
Oh yeah.
We are. Yeah. Over. It is over.
Well, we're all sitting around waiting for at some point
to get better.
No, well, that too, but new war.
Yeah.
I suppose we've had no I don't know. We'll have no indication of when it's going to be, are we? And we probably won't have a dev stream till the end of the month.
It's not before the end of October. We know that.
What? But new war.
Yeah, we know it's not before the end of October.
So it's November, December.
No, that's not what I'm saying. It could be January, it could be February. But
no, they said 2021, didn't they?
Yeah, but if they turn around and say like we need extra time, just take it. Just fucking take the extra time. Because I don't want.
I remember in the past you were like, they said 2019 or something like that.
No, I know, but I still don't want another Warcraft 3 Reforged or Cyberpunk 2077. Like, if they want extra time, they can have it. Right?
I think a fair thing would say you don't want another initial Railjack release.
Like, if you want to keep it in the context of Warframe, sure.
Yeah, but no, like the initial Railjack release was kind of a bit anemic, but I love Railjack now. It's in such a better place. It really is fun. Occasionally, I just like, oh, what's our content I do? Let's just open some relics on Railjack just for the fun of it.
Yeah,
it's good. I like it. I remember I complained about the resources as well, and though I always want more, I do kind of like that now because it gives you a bit of everything. It does work. It is good. Yeah. But that's it for this week. So we're out, I guess.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye.